woo, look at what a hard thing happened. So who wouldn't turn bad? Well, some people just don't break that way. Some people look at that kind of evil and go, no, fuck that. And no, not all of them, well, I hunt the monsters. No, just some people decide, wow, let's not do that nasty shit. For that, I would look at the surprising, like, okay, leveling time, folks. Leveling time. I glaze up a lot of creators, and I am going to start, like, when the surf times drop something, I'm going to try to drop it in my little posty areas so y'all can, if you want to catch what I watch, I don't always watch it live. Like, the current Hannah stream that I'm about to watch is almost a day old. She didn't stream yesterday. And I keep bouncing back and forth on Cirrus. I really like him. He's a good streamer. I'm never going to say he's not an ally, because he is. Jesus Christ, he's got a fucking trans girlfriend. Not that his girlfriend is a factor in this outside of she exists, and I don't think he's, what's the word? He's not using her as a gotcha or a token or a pick-me. I think they love each other, and I'm happy for them. He announced he was going to, oh, God, I can't do that. Okay, we're going to have to, new plan, that was, new plan. Lookout tower's going to have to be revamped, because I'm not going to fall and die. For now, let's just get a marker of some kind so I can see around us and see what we're dealing with. Plus would be a good way to, ooh, that might be how I dump out dirt. That's a baby kid. Oh no, y'all, I had like a whole thing planned out with like 3 different articles, and then my phone took a shit because we live in a hellscape. And I don't plan things out well. David keeps telling me I need to make a script, and I know, y'all, I fucking know. It would be so much better if I had one. And I already know that all my cool YouTubes that I watch, I know y'all got them. You got like teleprompters. Or you're like our Queen Hannah, who has like, she does the live stream thing, but she's got videos she's watching, and those are definitely, I don't think she has a script for those, but I think they're definitely like of an order. I don't think she's just getting on the internet and, well, let's see what's online today. She's even said it. No, they're planned. She's got them picked out. Because if she didn't, y'all, do you know how many fucking slurs we would hear on a stream? I mean, even with them being picked out, she has a 3-strike policy, because part of what makes, hey, let's watch this together, part of what makes that fun and not self-righteous is you going in there and, okay, watching about 5-10 minutes of it, okay, this is a lolcow, let's see what we can do, and then off the cuff reacting. Because the reason I don't do it is my streams would either turn into, wow, I'm learning something new, so I shut the fuck up and steal from this creator. I don't want to do that. Plagiarism's like the one unforgivable YouTube sin. You think it'd be pedophilia? Nah, it's apparently plagiarism. That's the thing that'll put your ass away for good on YouTube. How do I know? Y'all, Dr. Disrespect is back. All the creepy, I mean, hell, even the ones from our side, like Vosh, who, I will say right now, never fucking diddled nobody. He did say to run over motorcyclists, not joking, just run them the fuck over, fuck them. And that's kind of fucked, right? He also got caught with a bunch of that lolly stuff, and Vosh, outdated topic, I know, but it's like, bruh, I don't typically kink shame. Wow, I'm gonna turn that into a farm. I don't typically kink shame, but it's like, bruh, how old are you? I think lolly's creepy as shit when high schoolers and shit are into it. But at least for the high schoolers, a part of me is going, yeah, but you're remembering when you were in elementary school and that 10,000-year-old dragon, maybe you hit your peak early or something. With high schoolers, I give a lot of it off to, oh, honey, your brain isn't done yet. You are still cooking effectively. Let's give them time. Not in the good let them cook way, but in the, you know, basic just, I am a line cook, so, no, that meat needs more time to cook way. Either way, brain meat, folks. But yeah, Vosh got canceled when he got caught with Lolly. He's still making tons of money hand over fist, and I'm not faulting him for said money. Am I jealous of it? Bet your ass, folks. I would love to be able to just sit down and write scripts and... Oh, y'all, there's a trail that is not yet closed down, I don't think, up by Hamilton or the Hilton Inn. It's over on the other side of 75. I would have to complete a 10-mile hike to reach it, 10 to 15-mile hike, and then it, in and of itself, is a 10 to 15-mile hike, if the trail is still there. It's a big old winding loop that also... I have a cat doing something strange. Oh, a kitten doing something strange, so it's arousing more attention. But it's a big loop that feeds around a mountain, and then when you get up to the top of it, you can see two different highways. It's a little hidden gem that I see people go on, but it is not... It's got a couple little bridges. It's a lovely little spot, and I'm sure that anyone that stays at the Hilton knows about it, assuming that's the Hilton and not the Hamilton, but whatever the fuck it is. But the thing about it is, one, I thought it was slated to close soon because they're expanding the Hilton, and thanks to our shit-ass fucking president and our terrible fucking leadership, they don't care about nature if it means they can make some of that quick and nasty money. So, I've heard they're going to close it down. I would love to take a day and just hike out to the mountain, and because it's not like, for those of you that are in a mountainous region, it's not a mountain, but give Georgia a break. It's a Georgia mountain. And I would love to hike out there, climb up where there's a little survival-esque tent, or nature tent set up from somebody who put it there, and just take lots of good shots of the cliffside, to the highways, to the forests that'll soon no longer be there. I would love that shit, y'all. Here's the problem. That's about 2 days worth of labor for about a 30-minute video, if that. And I could almost make it an hour, but even then I would have to carry the laptop, I would have to get water, I would have to get gear, I would have to bring food. And while I could do all that, and I would love to do all of that is rather expensive. Also, the most I get is 2 days off in a row, and typically on my 2 days off, I'm washing my clothes in the tub, I'm hanging them on a line if the weather permits, I'm cleaning up after the pets, I'm combing, brushing, sponge bathing, I want to do that so badly, y'all, but unless I properly set up a Patreon and start, like, getting thousands of viewers, and unless I become YouTube soon, it's like, I'm not going to stop making a channel. I'm not even going to dial it back if I can help it. But a lot of my, like, big things are going to have to fuck off for a while. And like I said, it's not like, let me be absolutely crystal clear when I say this. In no way am I asking anyone on here to, oh, please, chat, send me money. No. That's not what we're doing here. What I'm doing here is explaining to y'all, if you hear me say offhandedly, oh, by the way, chat, let's do this, and then that just never comes. One, hold me to it. I don't take nearly enough notes. Sometimes I say shit and forget shit. I'm not trying to, y'all. I don't want to rob you of anything. I still plan on going back and completing Saints Row 3 at some point. I still plan on, if Saints Row Gat Out of Hell New Hotness gets enough likes and gets enough traction on the playlist, going back and completing that by getting all 4 or 5 of those endings done. I still plan on eventually, once I figure out how the fuck to do a walkthrough, doing an actual, okay y'all, so you want to beat this game but you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Let's see what we can do to help you with that. But there's just a bunch of things that I like. I don't know quite how to, I get the concept, but like in the case of reviews, when it came to EB Game, or Electronic Boutique, like cheat codes and walkthroughs, that was ugly hard to read. Like, it was set in the original fucking blocky computer type-esque, and you didn't know if the person typing out the guide knew what the fuck they were talking about. Do you know how many rabbit holes for Easter eggs that just didn't exist I went down? How many cheat codes that just didn't work, or definitely wouldn't work without a Game Shark? Things like that, and it's like, I don't have a problem with it, but there was no real vetting. Much like that, I have no real vetting other than y'all. Also, I have the ADHD, so I'm owning my weaknesses, and it is a weakness, y'all. There is no secret hidden strength to any kind of mental disorder. There's no, oh, but y'all, did I tell you what my imaginary friend, the schizotypal, like, hallucination I have that comes up when I'm overly stressed or overly exhausted or overly hungry? Did I tell you what his hot take was last week? There's no benefit. It's hell to live like this. But what other option do we really have? I'm sure your life also has things in it that you would rather not deal with. As people, I feel like we need to do that more frequently. Stop. I don't quite know the word for it. It's sort of hero worshipping, sort of mystifying, deifying is a good word, I guess. But I think we should stop like, oh, that person's different and they struggle through this really bad thing. But surely that makes them a more indomitable spirit, and surely that makes them stronger and better, and no, stop that shit. The whole narrative of, oh, we break it to make it better, we break it to build it back. Look, I'm against that shit when the military does it, but when the U.S. Army does it, they're doing it with over 200 years of, we've tried it, we failed, we've tried it, we failed better. When, I'm probably going to get the wrong streamer here because they all blend together into just the diarrhea that is the internet, but when Logan Paul or the next Andrew Tate ripoff or some other dipshit weak-ass dude bro is telling you how to be an alpha man, guys, 1, they don't fucking know. 2, they don't fucking know. 3, y'all, the U.S. Army, when they build you down, break you all the way to your fucking foundation, when you're rocked and socked and turned into a pliable goo, they're building you back to be something. They're building you back to be a little robot and work on their tanks and their cars and their engines. They're building you back to work on the tires or work on the shops. They're building you back to organize buildings. Or possibly, in some cases, they're building you to be a weapon. To know how to disassemble, reassemble, to know how to fire and shoot, and to be a gunslinger. But whatever they're doing, they might be teaching you how to be a medical person, where no matter what happens, you can take care of the person who's in absolute gonna die if you don't do something. But they build you down, or they break you down to a goo, a pliable mush, to build you back with a plan, and a guide, and a, well, this will definitely work if nothing goes absolutely awry. And let's be frank and honest with it, yeah, sometimes shit goes awry. Sometimes you get a private pile. Sometimes you get a soldier that breaks and starts gunning down folks because you made a weapon and then you let it go. Not all the time, that's more of a fucking cliche than anything else. But facts are, we are very pliable creatures. And if you sign up to let some dipshit weak-ass dude, bro, that doesn't know what strength is, break you down and build you back, what are they gonna make you into? Because again, I'm not pro or con the military there. I'm saying know what you're getting into. And in the case of the military, you sign on for, biggest air quotes I can give you, free college, as long as you're studying the thing they want you to study, and you sign on for a brotherhood, so long as you toe the line. And again, if that is your thing, and I'm not going to judge you if, yeah, that is actually exactly what I want. Well, don't be mean to me. If you bully me, I'll come. I'm not going to bully that. It's, okay, you found your hole. You found the hole for your peg. I'm happy for you. But that's not everybody. And while I don't want to yuck nobody's yum, I think it's a terrible idea to lie to people. So it's like, let's be honest with them. I got off course and I don't know where we're at anymore. But That's my moment of honesty, chat. Other than I got on the alpha dude bros that I hate so much because they are all pathetic and they are all stupid. And yes, I will fight any of them. I'm a dude in Georgia with not much to live for. I'll bite a fucking ankle. Come on, I don't care. I'm scrappy. But no, and for the record, y'all, when I say I'll fight you on this, I might say it in a moment of anger or a, I'll fight you, motherfucker. But let's be absolutely clear, y'all. When I'm saying that, either A, I'm saying it is a joke, i.e., Arnold, I still think your old geriatric ass can hurt me. Please don't come after me, Mr. Schwarzenegger. You scare me a little sometimes. But if we're gonna fight, I say we do it properly where it'll build cred and respect, and let's not do the Marcel, I'm gonna fight you, we're gonna fight on the street, it's gonna be a street, I'm gonna beat your ass. No, that's stupid. That's stupid, and none of us are children anymore. If we're gonna fight, there is a Gold's Gym down in Cartersville, there is an actual boxing club down near the Gold's Gym. There, I think Planet Fitness, there's a Bodyplex, there's a Hot Workouts, there's a Club Octopus that I keep if I can ever get the money to go. I really want to go. But it's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so I'm sure they have an octagon of some kind. If we're going to fight, I say we each save up, or if you're like, if Andrew Tate responds to this, please, you piece of shit pedophile motherfucker, I will fight you in the ring. Just put up the money for the ring. Hell, you put up the money for the ring, have your lawyers who are clearly very busy keeping you out of prison fucking send me the message, and I'll hike, as long as it's not out of country. I'm not swimming the ocean to fight a fucking pedo. But as long as it's fucking, you know, within the states, the U.S., I'll hike to where you're at. Now again, we'll Google Maps this shit, and you know, well, I'm not gonna flash. I'm not a superhero. I am but a broken, crazy person. But yeah, we can go and we'll do an official. Hell, I'd love nothing more. That'd build the shit out my cred. Cause, yeah, y'all, I'm kind of tired of the internet badass. I want to fight real badasses. I want to be a real badass. And my idea of badassery is very different than most, I guess, because I don't want to be, oh, that scared me a little. I don't want to be a fucking bully. I don't want to hurt people, other than the people that deserve it. And the people that deserve it are jackasses like the ever-scared Cash Patel, Andrew Tate, Osmond Gold. Come on, buddy, I'll be your free dentist, you cowardly piece of shit nerd. But let's do it proper and let's make it official. Because again, I'm not scared. Hell, I was bullied for most of my childhood. I can take a hit. I really want to do something to be good, to do some good in the world. And unfortunately, being a child of the 90s, I was taught to do that with your fists. Either way, it's just been stressful here lately, and punching things does inevitably feel good. Choose nonviolence, though, y'all. Like, real talk in between us, nonviolence is the way more badass option. I mean, it really is. Just in general, because when it comes to violence versus nonviolence, the violent option means that you're scared. You can't let them come back. Or it should be much like, yes, y'all, I finally watched Invincible. I finally saw it enough times that I let it have a good chance, and I did fall in love. I really like Invincible. It's a good-ass show. And I really kind of want to try out Heroes. That was one of the articles I had set aside because either Screen Rant or one of them was glazing them up and talking about how Heroes was the boys before the boys. I am doubtful. I could be wrong. I might get pleasantly surprised on this one. I've been pleasantly surprised before. But I doubt it. Only because The Boys is pretty extreme and out there. Also, last I checked, wasn't Heroes sort of like a less gritty version of the new Titans. Like I said, I never actually took the time to see it, so I should give it a real chance rather than just shitting on it before I see it. I'm not a hack like Jeremy the Quartering or any of those pieces of shit. And yeah, I call out a lot of folks. It's just part of my motif. I really don't like grifters, and I think a lot of YouTube's full of grifters because too many of them are... Again, if I could make this into a job, I would be overjoyed. But, to be clear, y'all, I would also, if this was my job, it would be a higher quality content. These bases would be drawn out and planned. This material would be well scripted in advance to where I'm not just, you know, you feel me? It would be much more flowed and streamed. I would have a teleprompter because I could afford a teleprompter. But, you know, we work with what we got. And hell, I've only been, well, if you look at my channel, I've been on here for 34 years. To be clear, y'all, I have most definitely not been. I tried to make this into my YouTube channel back in the day, and I was kind of like those grifters. I just had a sense of conscience, and I was trying to make it to where basically y'all was, fuck you. I'm getting a shield and armor before I fuck with that. But I was basically trying to make it to where I could walk the dogs, and on our daily walks, it would eventually turn into something, you know? Well, my dogs didn't care for it all that much, and the walks became more and more difficult because I became very conscientious of, well, I mean, let's be clear, legally, Ronan, why must you ride everything to the fucking floor? What was that? But to be clear, Georgia is a one-way party. Basically, if I want to set up a camera in the front yard and record people doing shit and then post it to YouTube, Facebook, Pornhub, whatever, I can do it. I only have to acknowledge myself videotaping it and then not be a child. I think children still get exempted from it, because last I checked, many years ago, you still have to sign consent to have your kids in the paper or have them on the school's websites. And honestly, y'all, real talk, if it was me, I wouldn't do it. I get it, and feel me, I've been saying I want to be like a YouTube personality here. And I do. Please, make me famous. Share it around. Make me something important to y'all. But I'm a 37-year-old man. You can't hurt me. You can't shame me. You're not gonna everyone dogpile me or brigade me for a day and then I go ride the Handsome. If you don't know what that reference is, please look it up. It is a very outdated Western reference, and honestly, I need somebody to know what the fuck I was saying there. But if I decide to walk to the end of the path, if I decide to check out, cancel my life subscription, it's not going to be because everyone brigaded me for a day. That genuine shit happens to, like, kids, and that's why I don't think they should be on these platforms. Now, don't get me wrong, I think kids' content is fucking awesome because I don't make a lot of content. Like, a lot of ideas I have, I leave on the cutting room floor because I don't want to do that. That seems off-putting and cringe as fuck. I can't do that. For a lot of these kids and these new creators, they don't give a shit. This is their Tuesday in the middle of class. They don't give a shit. They're doing it. And I respect the fuck out of that, because, yeah, it gives us a lot of garbage. But it also gives us, like, gold. Like, really fun shit. And that's just something you don't really get from adult or more higher up content creators. The downside I don't like is, like, I'll go scrolling through shorts a lot. You do that? Have you ever doom scrolled on shorts? I do it all the fucking time, and I hate catching myself doing it, but I make shorts, so I scroll through to see what's going on. And my shorts are usually cool, because it's like various little artists that are like, here's how people draw hands. Fuck that. Do it this way. Here's how people draw bodies. Fuck that. Do it this way. And I love that kind of stuff. I don't particularly always care for the music they choose, because a lot of the time it's like, boom, 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 boom. Blow your speakers out, and suddenly it's loud and obnoxious. It's why I like dubstep and industrial, but I don't like a lot of dubstep and industrial. You feel me? I'm not trying to yuck nobody's yum either. If that's your jam, more power to you. Just put in headphones, please. It's like that old sad-ass country songs. I get it, but I don't. Again, I get it in the sense of, oh wow, dude singing 16 tons. He understands the behind that, right? Because a lot of the time with a lot of the singers that I hear hear them covering it, and I don't think they get the words, they get the cool sound and the boom, boom, boom of the beat getting you going. But they're not, there's more to it than that, kids. There's words behind those words. Also, you'll see that a lot in YouTube Shorts with like, okay, I got way off topic, but there's a creator that I will occasionally scroll past, and I see what it is, but I don't know if that's what it is. Does that make sense? I'm old now, USK, so I could be missing it, and I could just be the gross pervert here. But you'll have like a sign that says, I don't say anything till someone say I love you. And then if you give her $10, she writes your name on her face or somewhere else on her body. And again, if you're an adult doing this, I find it to be cringy as fuck, but screw it, who cares? I've seen Gamer. I get the dystopia we're living in now. I might not like it, but I'm not stupid. I understand. I just don't think kids should be exposed to that. And to me, it feels like, well, when I see it, I scroll past it fairly quickly, but it's weird that it keeps popping up. It's also weird seeing, because again, I think we should protect these kids from internet creeps. And y'all, I hate to break it to you, but if you're scrolling past and it's not like, occasionally when I see like a little kid doing something like a dance or a non-sexual kind of dance, just one of those little fishy dances or whatever, it's like, oh, that's cute. But I still don't care for it, because it's like, I know there's someone watching that and getting off to it. And that deeply bothers the shit out of me. And you can tell, because there was like one of these kids that I saw as I scrolled through, she had like a 70s style bouffant hairdo, and I was like, oh, is that coming back? So when she said, yeah, I'm a kid, I just got out of high school, my first thought was, oh, is that, look, I just want to know if that trend's coming back. I do not want to respond or interact with you as a person, because if I type anything, YouTube's going to be like, oh yeah, let's show them more kids. No. I want to see content creators. I want to see, like, if you're a kid that does anime drawings and the non-creepy ones, fuck yeah, I want to see your stuff. If you're a kid that's a new creator and you're trying to find your, like, legs, I want to support you with the thumbs up and the way to go, you can do it, keep at it. But I also, like, I don't know, maybe I've become jaded over time, but I see things and I'm like, this feels kind of gross. Like, I'm not even doing this grossly or I'm not trying to think about it gross, but looking at it, this feels kind of gross. It's like ASMR content. That's something that I feel like, because of its sexual nature, it should be an only 18 plus thing doing it. I don't think we should have a little kid ASMR content area. But be damned if I haven't, in my doom scrolling through shorts, found it. And y'all, let me be clear, I don't write algorithms or do things like that. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing there. But I feel like when I first got on YouTube long ago and far away, I never saw kids' content. Like, Most of the time, I didn't see anything that wasn't from a major singer or a, like, indie band. If I saw content from people, it was typically like, you know, stick figure art and stick figure deathmatch and ER or epic rap battles and shit like that. It was content, and yeah, some of them like epic rap battles, they was there, but it wasn't like, ooh, woo, someone finally said I love you. Thanks, y'all. I'm gonna go get a shower now. And again, if that's your jam, cool, be that jam, do that thing. But not if you're a kid doing that to, like, fuckers my age. Because let's be clear, y'all, I'm nothing special. But not everyone would scroll past. I think there's a weird niche of people that's going to YouTube for their kinks. And that's not what it should be. The internet's vast. There's places for your kink. Hell, I think there's a website called kink.com. There's access to that. Why put it on YouTube? It doesn't belong here. What you should be putting on here is funny videos. What you should be putting on here is your heart and soul in the form of, like, music covers that speak to you deeply and make you want to fucking cry and shit. This should be a place for art, and yeah, I will defend your art no matter how cringy. But then again, you know, I feel there's, as much as I say I'll defend your art no matter how cringy, I feel there's a limit, because then I see, like, Toilet Bowl Joe, or whatever his name is, and he does the whole, he's got brown craft clay on a toilet seat he bought from the Home Depot, and he's got that over his head, and as you hit like and random little emojis you pay for, he's just and then saying random scripted nonsense. And I get it, it's a new trend, it's the NPC content. But why? I mean, but why? Who's getting anything from this? I mean, it makes me think of that old NCIS episode where, and I do mean old NCIS episode, where, like, Grissom and them deal with the kink community, and they've got like very outdated notions on what furries are, and there's that whole, oh, well, they're super rich people, so they love to be humiliated because IRL, no one would ever dare speak this way or do this kind of thing around them. And I kind of get it, only the king has the power to be humiliated without consequence. But at the same time, I think we should bring back shame. I think that's what this is boiling down to. Like, not in the way it was done. You shouldn't shame somebody for who they are, being gay, being bi, being trans, being lesbian, being ace. I don't even think you should shame somebody necessarily for their musical choice, being a pop girly or a rock star or a rap god, or you just are like me and what you listen to would drive normal folk completely fucking insane. I've literally been told, no, you're not allowed to do the radio. And for the record, any of my coworkers who are on here that go, but we let you do that with your... No. Y'all let me listen to 3 to 4 playlists that I have very, very carefully doctored. You couldn't handle my typical shit. My typical shit, you'd be going, wait, what? Because look at my shorts. The music from my shorts has some of my musical love in it. Some of the music I like is just for my ADHD brain. I'm probably stealing a word here, sorry. But my ADHD brain stemming random words that make my brain meats go, For example, I don't remember the artist's name off the top of my head at the moment. No, I'm not looking it up. I think Carter Vale might be his name. You'll know it if you know it. It's, hey men, are you men? If you're men, then surely you know you gotta leave a little dirt under your pillow for the dirt man, in case he comes to town. That guy, Carter, he takes nonsensical shit like the Dirt Man, who we should totally take seriously, and he turns into these fun little, I'm fast as fuck, baby. Yeah, I'm the fastest motherfucker in the room. I never saw the opening to that one, so I really want to think that was him opening up with, you want to know what the problem with people is today? I bought new shoes, and no one even asked me how fast I can run in them. That kind of shit. Again, this is me being a millennial, I'm sure, but it's like the whole millennial cringe culture of, and it is cringe, but it's like Weird Al for you old heads. Oh God, I'm not that old yet. Yay! I don't remember the comedian before Weird Al, and I know there have been a ton. There's always been a motherfucker taking songs and twisting them. And I mean, if you don't believe me, there's like several YouTube channels that I wish I could shout out, but they have hence vanished into my void of nonsense, stupid content. But like, oh God, the one that sings the war songs and poisoning pigeons in the park. I mean, people been lambasting and making fun of songs forever. It's nothing new. But I like that kind of stuff, and I don't think most of my coworkers could take it, considering, and again, I'm not knocking it, it's just, one of my coworkers really loves Creed, one of them really loves Post Malone, one of them really loves hell, Mary's told me, oh, she just listens to whatever isn't going to be controversial. I hate Cannibal Corpse now, I've grown out of it, ditto to a lot of the more classic metal like Slayer, Megadeth. I still like Countdown for Destruction and Symphony of Destruction, not Countdown. Was Countdown for Destruction on that album? I like some of their more political shit, but I like their outdated shit from when I was a kid. Like, I haven't really listened to Avenged Sevenfold in over 4 years now. I don't even know if they're still coming out with shit. I assume they are, because nobody's dead yet. But like, once Linkin Park died off, I just sorta. And then the Mormon chick who said basically rape victims had it coming. Once she took over Linkin Park as the lead singer, I was like, I'm good. I'm fucking good. I don't need that shit. That is not the kind of shit that Chaz would have been for, or Chris would have been for. Nah, fuck that. Linkin Park will forever, to me, be a house of glass. And I tried so hard and got so far. To me, Linkin Park will always be the metal industrial that got into rap when white folks weren't really supposed to be rapping. That they will always be the more refined, techno, badass Eminem for me. And you can't take that away, because I'm not going to fucking let you. Anytime well, have you heard the new Linkin Park? Blasphemy. There can't be new Linkin Park, as Linkin Park's lead singer died. And none of the rest of the band has the chops to carry that kind of vocal. And I'm not knocking it. The band is truly a great band. I don't know what happened is all. I don't know how they lost their way or why. And I genuinely feel bad that they have lost the way. We're going back to a classic build structure. It's very, very... It'll look pretty if it does what I want it to do. If not, well... We're stick building. And getting rid of a lot of extra dirt doing it. At least till we get to start building, like, building. At the moment, we're going to do some high dives in order to give this place a more mappable area. Ah, shit. Did I anger him? Yeah, he's upset. I need to get out of his yard. Need to swim faster. Stuff. Oh, that's a horse. Alrighty then, let's head over here and stick in. I mean, I also think we should try to avoid, because I have been blockading a good bit. If I hear even a tiny bit of LGBTQ hate, I just fucking go off on folks right now. But it's partially because of the times we're living in. I do the same thing over immigrant hate. So let's be clear, we are a nation of immigrants, founded by immigrants, built for immigrants, and bastardized by dipshits. The Statue of Liberty doesn't say, hey, fuck off unless you're a billionaire. It says, send me your tired, your weak, your huddled masses. I'm not going to get all patriotic because I might cry, because again, I might have never joined the military, but I am a bit of a military brat, and we have lost members of our family in the service. And it makes me sad to think of how the fucking perpetual energy devices could be powered by the amount of veterans rolling in their graves right now. There's something under this place. We're gonna dig it out together. And we're gonna make this stuff over here look a bit like Saints Row busted. Again, together we will do this. For fun, I hope. I hope it'll be entertaining in the end. Either way, we've already made it to day 14. That itty bitty dirt tower starting to come along. The base is cutting into the mountain foothill. And we're basically going to try to mine underneath all the way through there and build a massive underground area. These clouds are going to become a problem after a while. And we'll probably end eventually with me stepping off the wrong side of one of these water towers and hitting the ground. But we'll see. Hopefully that won't happen. I'm just foreshadowing what I see being the end of me. And I have a sweet little bitty. What do I got? I got an itty bitty banshee wanting my love and attention. So let's get out the water so nobody drown gets us, and I get this big baby our attention. Here's a sweet big baby. Yeah. For the record, if anyone wants to adopt a cat, we have lots of kittens, and we will happily send them to good homes. All I request is your personal information to take down in case we have to get back in contact, i.e. the kitten doesn't work out and you want to send them home. So be it. I want to be the first choice if you got to send them home. And second thing is I need a guarantee that they're not going to be a barn cat or anything like that, but they're going to be an actual indoor member of the family. I hand raise these animals to try to be litter box trained. Well, they will be litter box trained. Some of them are more difficult than others, but they will be litter box trained. I try to ensure that they are trained to be friendly with cats and dogs of all varieties. I try to make sure all my kids are well-behaved, perfect little angels. But I also don't sell these children. They are for adopting. They are for good, loving homes. I find not charging should make it to where you put that extra money into getting them their shots, playthings, and things like that. I'm not good at this yet. I'm still learning, but we're doing our best. And it is currently cat season. We got 4 voids that popped out of the parks around us and the houses around us. We got ones that our little babies have created that have not been fixed yet, and we're working on getting them fixed. It's a process. And we will get things done, trust. It's just a matter of, at the moment, you know, balancing everything. And as it were, apparently life gets to be like that one bit where you're spinning plates. Child, please get off my coffee, because if it spills, nobody's getting any. I'll be cleaning it up. I'm probably going to plant some trees on some of those platforms I'm building too. And probably going to be building some bigger platforms as well at some point. We got a lot to do, so stay tuned for all of that fun. And we will see you on the next go-round as we have made it to day 14. I will be signing off here for now. Y'all be good. Work together no matter what. Remember, if you're lying to an ICE officer, it's not technically lying. Those aren't officers, they're barely people. Also remember, in times like these, do not rebel violently, as they will be looking for any excuse to use violence against you. Instead, use the rebellion that the CIA has taught. Rebel through idiocracy. Rebel through fucking up. If you got an ICE officer that comes to your coffee shop, oopsie officer, I got your order wrong again. You want to wait 10 minutes for me to remake it? No, you'll just take this. Bye. Oopsie officer, I seem to have undercooked your food. Would you like to wait 20 minutes for me to do it right? No? Oh well, have a good day. Remember, y'all, no matter what place in the society you do have societal power. You just have to seize it. And right now, normally I'd be one of those do you, honey. We gotta all survive somehow. No. Right now, ICE is deporting legal immigrants. ICE is deporting citizens. ICE is deporting judges and lawyers. The educated and the high-end scholars have already left this country for safer spots. And the U.S. has been designated the same level of terrorist action and concern as places like Qatar. So, now it is your responsibility. Same as mine. We have to stand 10 toes down together right now. And while that still means non-violently, that does mean being an asshole. It is your time, assholes. And again, I'm not saying make life hard for every officer, because don't. That's a good way to get shot. And a lot of these officers are genuinely, from what I can see, trying to do their best to do their best. Maybe they're in the wrong sometimes, a lot of the time depending on where you're at. But a lot of them I still feel are trying their best. So, again, be an asshole to the ones that are being assholes. But don't be like some of these sob sits I've seen. Well, for example, if you want to do the whole, oh, I'm here to audit and film. Cool, if you're here to audit and film, all you should do is stand there and videotape the officers. You're not there to be like, hey, pig, dooba-dooba-dooba-doo. You're not there to, hey, you that's getting pulled over, do you feel exploited? No. At that point, you're interfering. You're fucking around. If you're there to observe and report, that's what the fuck you're supposed to do. You're supposed to stand there, shut the fuck up, record what they're doing, and report. You are not a rank of any kind. They are not your servants. The reason I get very frustrated with the auditors is most of them have not had any formal training whatsoever. Most of them, like, don't get me wrong, if that dang dad Blue Bacon or some of the former cop YouTubers want to go out there and do that kind of thing, one, I don't think they would do it in that manner. I think they would do the whole, officer, excuse me, but are you aware that you're breaking this statute? And they would cite a statute and then cite where it was important at, because they understand that the officer might not recognize it, but they do understand a lot of what the more official jargon and shit is. It's, like I said, there's also assholes and bad actors, and guys, I'm sorry, most of the time you should, until proven otherwise, assume your cop is racist. Because that's just the math. I assume that the wolf in the woods is going to bite me if I don't know that dog. I assume that the fucking cat on the side of the road is going to scratch me. Maybe not because that's just a mean cat, but maybe because it doesn't know not to. And yeah, I do feel a lot of their training preempts them to, well, they protect property, not people. That will make you racist, because who owns more property statistically in this country? If you're trained to guard the property, not the people, the majority of the people that own property are white. Therefore, you will end up guarding the white people more. The whole, oh, well, officers started off as slave catchers. That's a fact. I mean, if you want to undo that fact, deprivatize the prison, start re-educating people rather than just, you did it wrong, so we're going to punish you. We're going to punish you by making you into society's slave. Let's fix that. And yes, don't get me wrong, certain things should be punished. Pedophilia should be punished. Fucking robbing people. But let's be clear, there's an MLM girly out there, an MLM run by a billionaire that is selling and getting people to drink poison. Straight up poison that's labeled, don't drink this, by the way, add it to your soup. It's like, they should be in prison. The owners of that company should be in prison. But no, let's go after the dude that's selling a dime bag on the side of the street, because that's an easy target. Let's go after the unhoused person that's screaming nonsense at the sky and not send them to a place to get them medicated, checked out for something or anything else. No, let's put them in a box where they can get eaten alive by bugs or work our fields for us. And in exchange, they can die quietly in that uncomfortable box. Because it's also not like, oh, we're taking them and giving them good... No. Have you been to a prison? Have you been to a jail? Have you seen this shit? Because I haven't actually been in one, but I have seen it. And I've heard worse. But seeing what I've seen, it's just, wow, y'all don't have a concept of how to actually correct this behavior, do you? I mean, it's called corrections, but most of what it should be called is jackasses with authoritarian complexes, and they like to spank them. I mean, hell, even most of the jail tubers that I see, and not all of them, some of y'all are cool, but most of y'all that I see are just lappity, 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 sucky, sucky cockboot. It's like, what the fuck? Well, I know I was a bad guy. I went and I sold that there weed and that there crack, so I got put in jail. And yeah, they beat me relentlessly, and I got raped 2 times, and they didn't feed us food that was fit for humans to eat, and my food had a lot of, like, dead rat hair and bones in it. But, I mean, guys, those guys are doing a great job, and if I just hadn't been a piece of shit wanting to eat real human food when I stole that TV, radio, whatever bullshit item you stole to get arrested at a Dollar General, then that wouldn't have happened. And if you do the crime, you should do the time. Fuck you, you bootlicking bitch. They should have re-educated you. You should have understood. The reason you don't steal from a mom and pop shop is because they require it. The reason I would consider it okay to steal from a place like Dollar General, or, sorry, I'm not going to actually steal from Dollar General, but you're a corporation. You have write-off. You have waste and fraud. At the end of the day, your workers aren't taking much of a cut, your CEOs aren't taking any cut, and you'll just up the prices at some point. Well, then I can't buy my useless bullshit. Okay, and go to a different place to buy your useless bullshit, or steal from the corporations, or get in politicians that aren't going to basically make a monopoly to where you can't fight the corporations in any way. Because, for the record, in a better America, in a good America, I would take one of, say, the managers at the Dollar General. I say them as a reference because they're next door. I can literally see their glowing fucking light, even though they're not open yet. But it's like, I'd take one of the managers there who actually knows how to manage a chaos-driven industry where you're constantly getting more freight than shelf space, no actual guidance, and just being told, hey, stop all those thieves, why are you so lazy? If you can take that horrible, toxic sludge environment and make anything productive out of it, well, miss, you should be running your own actual store. Not the Dollar General brand. No, I mean Catherine or Karen or whatever your name is. Karen's Place. You should be running an actual store. Instead, because of our broken system, you basically get to work your ass off for someone who has the personality of sandpaper and the moral decency of diarrhea. It's a stupid fucking system. And I do think in that system it robs us of the good. It robs us of the great. It robs us of everything in favor of, but if you don't, then the brown people will get it and you won't have it. It's racist. It's just racist. That's the majority of what it is it's stupid racism built up upon years and years. And before anybody fucking comes at me with a comment section from, well, look at what's going on in said this foreign country or this, I don't care. I don't fucking care right now. Unless you're pointing it out as a positive and something we can learn from, fuck off with it. They're not doing any better than us. You're not pointing out a country that's the edge of scientific development. Not if they have super racist policies, I guarantee it. Because here's the thing, we use racism and it's an outdated term. Race is an outdated term. We are all just ethnicities. There are no other races. The other races are like Homo neanderthalis, Homo God damn it, it's easier with my teeth. Hybridinensis? It'd be easier with a book or my teeth or a phone in front of me rather than just Minecraft and PlayStation. But you get what I'm saying. The other species or the other races are what we would call the other species of man. To be another race, you would literally be unable to interbreed and create offspring that can create offspring. Basically, in this case, I'm trying to think of, because I don't think of it that way, but I'm trying to think of a good, like, this person has a black dad and a white mom, or a black mom and a white dad, or whatever degree of that is. That person would not be able to exist, or that person would exist but would never be able to have kids with anyone else. They would be born sterile. If we were different races, which we aren't. We're all just different ethnicities. We all, while we have variations in those ethnicities, i.e., as a white person, I burn faster than someone from Africa or from India or from inter-blank other region. I think I burn a little slower than someone from, say, England or the cloud areas. But y'all get what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be racist in showing how stupid racism is. We should be openly and wholly shaming dipshits like Andrew Tate, or Tucker Carlson, or Jordan Peterson, or Ben Shapiro, or Donald Trump, or most of Donald Trump's cabinet, or Pete Hegseth. We should be shaming these dipshits because they're ignorant, stupid, and it's gonna hurt us. Not because, oh, they said a mean thing and now my friend is sad. We should be doing it because they're a danger. A clear and present threat. But that's just my take on it, y'all. I'm not calling for violence. I'm not calling for civil war. I'm calling for people to wake the fuck up. I'm calling for people to stand together in ways that I haven't seen since before COVID. I'm calling for people to, if you see somebody taking your neighbor, at the very fucking least say, hey, fuckhead, what the fuck you doing? At the very least, don't fucking go quietly, America. Don't fucking roll over and show your belly to these fucking monsters. At the very least, if you have to do it because you're a fucking piece of shit coward or a toady, at the very least, do it with a little bit of dignity. Do it while spitting in their eye. Do it while being the smart-ass butler. Don't do it and be a fucking toady saying, yes, please let me, please, Don Trump, please let me do it better. Let me be a better racist for you, Donnie. Fuck that shit. And fuck you if you support him. Again, this is your daily call-out. Fuck you. And if you voted for him, but now you know better, what the fuck are you doing? Because just knowing better and apologizing does absolutely dick all. Either way, y'all, I'm about out of time. I gotta run through the storm to get to work. 4 miles through sideways rain and thunder and lightning. Here we go. I'll see y'all this afternoon, assuming I survive. I will more than likely survive. It hasn't killed me yet. Y'all be good this afternoon. Hopefully we'll be doing a stream if I don't get waylaid and sat aside in the heat. I meant to do more yesterday, but, you know, life happens. Y'all be good. We'll see you later. And I do have a day off tomorrow. I think possibly 2 days off. And I will be doing some cleaning, but expect at least a couple videos to come out while I do that cleaning. Hopefully some hour-longs, maybe something shorter. I really got to get better timing on this stuff. Either way, y'all be good. I'll talk to you later. Endure and survive, y'all. It's scary out there.